Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Ashley and today I'm going to share with you a little challenge that I've decided to give myself. So, just to explain, I feel as if my reading at the moment is kind of a little bit out of control in the sense of I don't feel like I'm reading enough, but I don't feel like I'm not reading enough. And it's a really, really weird situation that I'm in. But I'm feeling really stagnant with my reading, essentially. Like, I've read some really, really good books lately, but like, I just kind of don't feel inspired to read or do anything. And that's usually fine, but I don't know, I'm just not feeling it right now. So this is on the back of, I'm currently doing a vlog, like a challenge vlog type thing that I'm doing. And I've had to soft DNF a book because I just felt a little bit overwhelmed and a little bit run down by the book that I was reading. And like, I was kind of sat here and I was like, what do I do from here? So I've just kind of been scrolling through a lot of different things on YouTube and things like that. And I came across the hardest reading challenge you've ever done thing. I'm not doing that. That looks insane. Like, I hummed and hawed about it for a little while, and then I saw like for some of them you have to read like 7 books to get one bingo, and I was like, I don't think so. I do not think so. But it did make me think about it, and I was like, I want to do my own challenge. So I have done a very, very small challenge that I am just basically, it doesn't have a name. It's just kind of a reading challenge for the rest of the year. So it doesn't have a technical name. It's just my reading challenge for the next 6 months. I have 12 books, well, 12 prompts in this book pot. And I'm going to be picking 2 prompts per month. And hopefully I can get through them by the end of the year. So this is going to go here. And I have the prompts here so I can tell you what they are. So my first prompt is read a sequel you've been putting off. I'm amazing at starting series. I'm amazing at saying that I'm going to finish series, and I'm terrible at actually doing it. I get very, very nervous that something's going to be terrible. I don't want it to end, so I just don't read it. So we're going to break that cycle, and I'm going to do read something, figure it out, finish a series. It doesn't even need to be a finish the series. It can just be a finish the next book in a series. Pretty simple. The next prompt is read a book over 500 pages. Again, pretty straightforward. I have been putting off all of the big books, and I do love a big book, so I don't know why. But I need to like start prioritizing some of the chunkier books, and I thought this would be a really, really good way of like forcing myself to read. Not forcing, but kind of like encouraging myself to read something that I've been putting off. The next prompt is read a book out of your comfort zone. I'm thinking thrillers. I'm thinking horror. Not that horror is fully out of my comfort zone, but like it's not one that I would gravitate towards. I'm thinking like a weird book or a book that I know is like really hyped or whatever. I don't know exactly what this is, but it's going to be a book that I wouldn't necessarily usually read. The next prompt is read a book. This is something I've actively been trying to do more of lately, and I'm struggling. So I was like, put it on the list. At least if you've got it on the list, it's a book that you've got to read. The next one is read a romance you've been putting off. Again, it's kind of one of those things of like, I put off a lot of romances because there's certain romances that I adore and they're so good and I'm so excited for them. And then there's other romances where I'm like, oh, this was really disappointing. And because of that, I'm always a bit wary to pick up romances that aren't from author authors or anything like that. Like, because what if they're not as good as I thought? Or what if I don't like them? If I don't like them, I don't like them. It's not the end of the world. So that is the next one. The next prompt is read a fantasy. This one is a little bit of a kind of lenient one. I was just thinking about it and I was like, give yourself just like a little bit of niceness to yourself, because like at the end of the day, I wanted this to be an achievable goal. It doesn't have to be anything that's like a difficult thing to achieve. And so like I was like, well, at least it's kind of something a bit nicer. The next prompt is read a non-sapphic LGBTQIA plus book. Now, Becca and I have been very, very good at reading one sapphic book a month as of late. And I love this. It's great. It's such a fun thing to do. But there is so many other sexualities and genders and other things in the LGBTQIA plus community. And I want to celebrate all of them. So I wanted to kind of prioritize something that's not based in the sapphic sphere and get reading those. There's loads of books out there. Preferably I would like to stay away from gay male, just because I feel as if like you've got your sapphics and your gay males, and that's great. But let's read something trans, let's read something non-binary, let's read something a little bit more out of it, asexual, things like that. There's loads. I want to read something a little bit more not of the norm, if that makes sense. Not of the norm. I shouldn't say that, but you know what I mean. Not my norm. Not my norm. The next prompt is read a disability rep book. I feel as if I don't read a lot of disability rep, and that's atrocious. So I want to read some more disability rep. I don't know what I'm going to read, but I'm going to try and find it. I'm going to try and figure it out, and we'll go from there. The next prompt was kind of based on a prompt that I've done, well, based on something that happened today. Read a book you've soft DNF'd. As I said, I've soft DNF'd a book today because I wasn't feeling it, I wasn't vibing with it, and it just wasn't the right time for me. And I do this quite often, where I will soft DNF something because I'm not vibing with it, but I don't want to get rid of it because I know I'm going to enjoy it. I just know it's not the time for it just yet. So I want to give myself a chance to read or finish something, and we're gonna try and read a soft DNF. My next prompt is read a gifted book. I have very, very, very generous friends who buy me lots and lots of things for my birthday or for Christmas or whatever, and it's not that I don't read them, it's just that I have so many books and I don't know how to prioritize them. So I was like, let's prioritize some very nice generosity from my friends. So that is why this prompt is on this list. The next one is a little bit of a shame prompt, and it is read a Yalk book. Now, I've been to 3 Yalks. I adore Yalk. Yalk is a lot of fun. And every time I'm at Yalk, I end up buying quite a few books. And they end up on my shelves, or I don't end up reading them, or whatever. And this is not okay. So I've put this on there so that I can just pick up a book that I've picked up at Yalk and I can read them. It doesn't need to be one from last Yalk. It doesn't need to be one from the first Yalk. It's just a book that I bought from Yalk. We'll see how this goes. And the final prompt for this little challenge is read a hyped book. Now, this can be a book that's really, really hyped, or it's a book that's hyped by one of my friends. It doesn't have to be necessarily like the biggest book out there right now, but it's just a book that I've heard a lot of things about. And like, I get really, really nervous about hyped books because I feel as though there's sometimes that the hype is up here and I'm like, oh, I'm really, really interested. And then I find it really, really boring, or I don't like it. And it annoys me. So I thought instead that I was going to like put that out there, that I want to read books that are hyped. And yeah, so that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to pick 2 out of this every month, and we're going to see what it is. I've already put them in there, so they are in there. Yeah, I hope this kind of kickstarts my reading, gets me to read books I wouldn't tend to do. I was just thinking about it, and I was like, I want to read more than what I'm reaching for, because at the moment I'm kind of reaching for very, very similar things, and I want to push myself out of that comfort zone. So hopefully this will kind of get me to do that, and we will see. But yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Let me know if you've got any recommendations for some of the prompts. You can't give me all of the prompts because you don't know what I bought at Yalk, and you don't know what my friends gifted me, unless you're one of my friends. Then feel free to say, hey, you haven't read this one and I really liked it, please read this one. If you've got any recommendations for me from the books that I have said about, please feel free to let me know in the comments below, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye guys.